It's time for you to start paying yourself and paying yourself what you are actually worth. Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Cletus Coffey, founder of Be the Torch. And in this episode here, we're talking about number 4 of the Power 5 of personal culture, and that is profits. Now, I very well could have made number 4 money or wealth, but we're talking profits, especially if you are a business owner. It's the one thing that most business owners are not doing. And this is the big problem. We're not paying ourselves. And if we are, we're not paying ourselves what we're worth or what you are, the value that you bring outside of just working in the company, but owning it. Meaning you get profit from the growth of the company. And that's something that I did not understand, did not focus in getting in business. See, as a former professional athlete, when I transitioned into the new game of life after sports, I had this hustler athlete mentality. Like, I'm just going to grind. I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to get up early and stay up late and just out hustle everyone. Number one, it doesn't work that way. Number two, it was not healthy for me. So after a decade of hustling and not producing anything, literally nothing, and there was a lot behind that as far as me being in my own way. And so I was broke. I was broken. And one of the big things that escaped me endlessly was actually paying myself what I was worth and actually coming home with some profit. I was just all about go, go, go. And I see this with so many men entrepreneurs who are working from a place of scarcity and of ignorance when it comes down to it. Because you started a business not to pay vendors, pay employees. You started a business to get paid, to pay yourself first. And then everybody else gets paid. But it doesn't work like that. At least that's not how many people work. They want to generate sales, get everyone else paid, and then whatever's left over, like they can like trickle down as a little popper, like, hey, whatever this business has left to pay me, I'll take. No. That is going to build resentment, overwhelm, stress. You're not going to like your business. You're not going to like your customers because it's just like you're not getting the true benefit from it. And for most entrepreneurs, they don't have the freedom and the flexibility or the finances. Instead of P's, we'll go the F route. So freedom, flexibility, and finances that you got into business for in the first place. So the struggle behind that, and really the problem is, number one, our approach to it. So again, there's a million different ways we can, and we will talk about money in this regard. And I know a lot of you are looking for money mindset insights and tips. And yes, we can definitely get into that. Let's just build the foundation with this. And this is, again, the foundation of personal culture starts with truth. So let's get to the truth. In each one of the Power 5, you need to get to the truth of each and every one. So regardless of where you're at, whether you are making 6 and 7 figures, maybe you're just getting started. Either way, what is the truth for you about your money? And this is number 1, first and foremost, where are you at with your money? How much do you make? How much you have in debt? Credit cards, car loans, business loans, house loans, etc. Where are you at? The truth. What is your budget? How much streaming subscriptions are you paying for unknowingly that is eating away at your wealth? So look, this is not an accounting class, but this is just getting down to the truth. Like, where are you at? So you can see the numbers. And you may look at it and go, oh, yeah, I am horribly in debt. I'm underwater. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck or sale to sale, it may be difficult to face that truth in the reality that you are sucking right now, sucking in business, sucking in making money. And I have been there where I don't even want to look at my bank account because I already know what it's going to say. And I didn't want to communicate to those I was in a relationship about the fact that the deals that I was working on weren't coming through. The speaking engagements I was going to were for free because I was trying to build up my brand and really cut my teeth and get my message down. I don't want to tell them that. And yet I continued to come home empty-handed. And I just lied to myself. And by doing that, I lied to others and saying, it's coming, it's right around the corner. I'm all excited and optimistic. And that just wasn't the case. And I didn't have the courage to just put the cold, hard, scary truth down on paper. Do not put it just in between your ears and think about it. Put it down on paper. This is really critical so you can see it. And once you see it, now you've got something to build from. So again, in personal culture, the first thing we do is we put down the truth. The second thing we do is we take ownership and responsibility. So if you don't have the money that you want, if you're not getting paid enough, that's on you, my friend. If you have a ton of debt, that's on you. Please do not point it at, well, my ex-wife ran up our credit cards and she loved to shop and other excuses. My business partner ran away with cash. And look, those things very well may have happened. However, where can you step up and take ownership of the situation where you are responsible? And it may be that, you were not communicative with your partner on, hey, what you were feeling about when she was going out and blowing up the credit cards and spending a bunch of money. Maybe you were just being sarcastic with her and not really communicating how that made you feel. Own that. So we want to make sure that we are able to, once we see the truth, we're able to build from that. And taking ownership, you know what? It's not my business partner's fault. It's not my customer's fault. It's not the market's fault. It's on me as to why I did not make the kind of money that I was needing and looking for. So one of the biggest challenges for me was to admit I was operating from a place of desperation. And this is a really big, important key when it comes to money, because when we operate from desperation, we are vibrating at a lower frequency. Desperation is a low frequency, and we're going to do things to win at all costs. Lie, cheat, steal in order to win, because we're operating from desperation. We're going to find partners that are also vibrating at a low level. And if to avoid what I ran into was meeting potential partners who were vibrating at a low frequency, and they were lying, they were cheating, they were stealing. And thankfully, I somehow got myself out of that scenario and really didn't get myself too much wrapped up into it. And I thank the fact that I had some bit of a foundation, although I didn't know what the heck I was doing. You're going to attract people who are felons, who are criminals, who are snake oil salesmen. I mean, it's just, that's what's going to happen when you are vibrating down from a place of desperation and oh shit, and I got to make this work and stress. So we want to take ownership, looking back on, okay, I was working from a place of desperation and I was vibrating at a really low frequency, and I was attracting customers who aren't your ideal customers. See, when we are at a lower frequency and energetically, and we are just trying to make some money, we're going to attract sales from customers that we don't want to work with. And they're not the right customer, because they're going to cause us problems. They're going to want refunds. They're going to suck up all of our time and our energy. So those are the kind of customers you're going to attract. And you may be saying, yes, but, which I hope you don't say that. However, if you did say, yeah, but I need to make some money, look, I get it. And you have to follow your vision. You have to trust on your vision that the money that you need to make and want to make is yours to be had if you follow your vision for what it is that you want to create. If you raise your level of frequency and vibrating at a much higher level, which is gratitude and selflessness and love and empathy and integrity, and most importantly, the highest of them all, authenticity. Being your authentic self, showing up as you are going to attract the right people. They're going to resonate with your energy, with your message, with your philosophy, your mission. You're going to attract those customers, those sales, those partners that are going to help you grow your wealth and ultimately grow your profit. So taking ownership and responsibility is critical. And now from there, we can begin to grow our profits. So there's two things that I want you to take away from this. Number one is the action items, really getting to the truth, taking ownership and responsibility, and then beginning to look at the ways in which you can grow from that place of honesty and knowing who you are and where you're at. The next thing is going into tomorrow with the mindset of profit. I need to pay myself and pay myself first. This is not the first time you've heard this. And we hear that as business owners. We're like, yeah, that's common sense. We need to pay ourselves. We need to make profits. And wouldn't you believe that common sense is nowhere near common practice in entrepreneurship. And so thus, you're not paying yourself what you're worth, and you most likely were not. And that caused challenges in your relationship, and your relationship ultimately fizzled away, and now you're out on your own, and you could make a choice to repeat old patterns and behaviors and mindsets around money, or you can choose to become someone different. And this is the final piece to it. This is the becoming piece. So if you're not familiar with Be the Torch and really our programs and our academy and everything that is our mentorship programs, our masterminds, it's all about that bridge, that gap between the pain and challenging and overwhelm and stress and not paying yourself enough to the freedom, the flexibility, the finances, the fun that you really want in your life and in your business. The gap there is you have to become that person first. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to tell you, hey, you need to pay yourself first, and here's what you're going to do. You need to become it. You need to take ownership and leadership in that. So it's all about becoming first. You need to become the person capable of having the level of finances and freedom and flexibility and fun that you want in your life. You have to become the person capable of generating the profits that you know you're worth and that you want to pay yourself. So becoming that individual first is key, and that's critical. And that's what all of this work is based on. Becoming that person first. Yes, we can fill in the strategies. We can talk the marketing, how to create funnels and build your brand and drive traffic and all that. Like those are tools and strategies. Before we do all that, even there's even an accounting strategy to pay yourself first. Those are strategies and tools. Before we get to all that, I want to leave you with this. You have to become it first. And you may be saying, here it is. Yeah, but Cletus, how can I become it when I don't have the money, or I don't have that freedom, or I tied myself to a job where I have to be there for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, or I started a business, worse yet, that requires me to be there 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Yes, I get it. And it doesn't have to be that way. You are in control. You are driving this train. You are creating a life by your own design. So you need to become it first, even though you cannot see it. This was the biggest shift for me in my life, was believing that what I wanted to see was already here. I just needed to take the action and believe and move forward and continue to evolve and become that person who I knew I was capable of becoming. So it's hard to see it's hard to believe when you can't see it. You have to believe it first and you will see it. Again, and this is age-old personal development here. This is not earth-shattering, but it's time for you to take action on it and stop just going, oh yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, you've heard it before, and maybe it didn't click with you because the messenger you didn't resonate with. If you are, as a man, if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, if you've been divorced, if you're a single father, or you've just been through an incredible lot of pain and chaos and and some sort of apocalyptic episode that caused a lot of suffering in your life and you're sick and tired of it, then dude, you're in the right place. This is where you belong. And if you resonate with this message, simply go to bethetorch.com. Engage with the movement here. We want you to be a part of this. We have a whole series of programs and events that are here, and we want you to be a part of it. So simply go to bethetorch.com. You can also go to @Cletus Coffey on all social channels and just send me a DM. Just let me know you're ready, and I can send you information to help you get involved in our programs. So I want to thank you all for your time and attention to focusing on profits. Again, you need to become the person capable, and we do that by getting to the truth, taking ownership and responsibility, and then we can start to become that individual capable. Once we're there, now we can begin to layer on the tools, the strategies, because you're ready for it. If you just jump right to that, hustling out of desperation and need to make some money, it's going to suffocate you. It's not sustainable. It's not going to give you the freedom and the flexibility. You're just moving on to the next sale. And I got to hustle them to upsell them. And look, I get it. We want to drive revenue and sales, but at the end of the day, you need to get paid, my friend. You got to pay yourself. Profits is where it's at. All right. Reach out to us. If this content was helpful for you, by all means, please subscribe to the podcast or to my YouTube channel so you can get more of this insight and education. And again, the invitation is there for you to be a part of the Be the Torch movement. Hope to see you there.